right, so Jack, what are you doing what are you doing for winter break, my guy? Like anything fun happening?
Uh, mm, we were gonna go down to Iowa, but since stepbrother has COVID, that's not gonna happen anymore. Uh, I think working tomorrow, working the 26th, got Christmas off, and I think I'm just gonna spend time with the family.
Fun, fun. What are you guys
Like a
doing?
good plan. Um, well, kind of depend. It kind of depends when like the new gym opens. I'm really hyped for that. Planning on going there like the day of. Like the hour it opens, I'm there. Like I was really like so interested. I literally checked their Facebook, which is like I would never do that with anything, and I'm just want to see like how far it's came, and I don't know. Probably that. Just spend time with family, having a good Christmas. Hopefully get some presents I asked for, you know what I'm saying? Just the usual.
Oh yeah.
Some
But,
tests, some
you know,
D-ball,
just really
some
psyched about
stuff.
that.
What's up, Cam?
Jake, I said like some stuff I'd hope to get for Christmas, like some tests and some D-ball, you know, simple stuff.
What are you guys? All right, I'm gonna go through each of you individually on this. Jack, what is the number one thing you wanted for Christmas this year?
Oh boy. So it's gonna sound nerdy, but like I collect football pennants, and I have each conference. So like I have the Big Ten, the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC. All I need is the Pac 12, and I've asked for it for 2 years, but my grandma sadly mistaken it for the Big 12, and I've gotten the Big 12, and now I have like two other duplicates of it hanging up on my wall. So it's up there because I like a complete set, but yeah.
Fun, fun. Jake, what do you want for Christmas? What's the number one thing you wanted?
The one thing I wanted, wow. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've been getting a lot more into the gym, so I mean, I haven't really had like one big thing. It's just kind of like multiple little things that I've been really wanting. Just like some like gym straps and like some like wrist, I don't know what wrist straps as well. Like, just a lot of little things, some clothes, nothing like really big, like not nothing like a new Xbox or anything. Just you know, just some little things, it's the little things that matter.
It's the little
I
things that
never
matter.
thought as a high schooler like I would actually need or ask for clothes, but now when it's come to this age, it's like, oh, please, like, please be clothes.
Yeah,
Bro, growing up, you
true.
always wanted toys, no socks, and now all you want are socks and no toys.
Right? I literally run through my socks.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Cam,
Really is
Hmm.
crazy.
what did you want for Christmas this year? I don't know if I asked you or not.
Some tests and D-ball, bro.
Really.
Oh
Simple
yeah,
stuff.
I did ask.
The
No,
Teds and Debo, just some simple stuff.
simple stuff. But
Uh,
no, that's not what I want. I would say my number one thing that I want is either something of a newer Xbox because I am running on a 13 or 2013 Xbox One, which is not very good for up to date
yeah,
gaming.
used by the way. It's not even like
Yes,
brand new when
used.
you got it.
And I have to press the power button and eject disc button at the same time if I bring it to a friend's house so I can turn it on.
Uh,
And sometimes that doesn't work.
very, it's very, yeah, nah, trust me. Like, I know, man. I've dealt with that many times. Many times. Many, many times. But yeah, I mean,
And
honestly, new versions, like, of the Xbox are really good. Like, even the S and the X, like, not saying, like, the newest one, those are probably really good as well, but just, like, how far technology has came is really kind of crazy.
And it's like the short amount of time that it's happened is what really is interesting to me.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been a couple years since like the last Xbox. Like we just kind of got a new one. It's been like I think 4 or 5 years, but like even then, like if you really think about it, that's really not that much time. Um, to like have technological advances. That is not just like in life terms, but it is kind of crazy how far we've came, especially just like cars and everything.
That's true. Yeah.
Here, just to think. So what? In 1972 is when Pong first came out, the first video game of all time. It took 50 years from us to go on 2 lines and a dot on the screen moving to just full on hardcore detail and gore and all this stuff. It took 50 years to do that. 50 years.
I mean, it doesn't just have to be gore, but okay.
I had to add gore to it because that can like destroy an Xbox.
You got to accept all communities, Cam.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a horror guy. My bad. Phasmophobia, lick game.
Yeah, it is kind of disappointing that like a lot of game developers kind of focus more on PC than on Xbox. Because I mean,
Or
yeah,
like
PC
just
can
on
run it
consoles
better,
in
but
general.
like then again, like I would say most of their populace of like games comes from Xbox. Like, yeah, there are like a lot of PC people, but there like I would say statistics would show that way more people would be paying for games on Xboxes. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, like they can only go so far. To be fair, to like for their games, they can only make it look so good, you know, and like the release of the new Xbox, they can bump it up a little bit, you know, like more frames, better graphics, but I don't know. I just feel like it's too. I mean, it's not very pricey. It is in a sense, but at the same time, it compared to a PC, which basically is what the new Xbox is a nice PC. It's kind of crazy, you know. Like just the price is like a two. Like if you really want a good PC that can run a lot of games, most games with like very good frames and no lag drop and lots of RAM, it's gonna be like upwards to $2,500, and it's just. I know it's not supposed to be cheap, but I mean, I feel like that's a little bit out there, you know.
Yeah.
And then for like the new Xbox Series X, like that's basically
So
how
like
much
five
is it?
hundred
Like
bucks.
$500, and like getting
Yeah,
almost like the same kind of like thing.
yeah. It's
Except
basically
you,
just
yeah, same.
it's like a, it's a
It's
PC,
a
but
you can't
like
play
not top of
PC
the line.
games.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It's just a miniature PC, pretty much in a sense. Like can run 120 frames on most games, and that's really PC. Like for so long, console was known for 60 frames per second, and that'd be the cap. And now we're pushing the 120 frames mark, and honestly, like I feel like not very many people are talking about that. Like that's a huge deal in like the console community. You
And the
know?
console is actually sometimes it has sometimes sorry it has better stats over some PCs.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like the lower dollar PCs because at the end of the day, like a PC is gonna outperform an Xbox any day of the week if it's over like $1,500 to like 2,000. It's just how they're built and like how much bigger they are, and just it just is what it is like that. But for where a console is right now and just like how high performance they are is really honestly crazy. It's just really not very many people like other than like people who play a lot would understand. But I don't know. It's come a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I gotta say, I won't complain how I got my Xbox, and I won't complain about the performance because I got mine from a senior. I hung out with him and some of my friends during the summer, and he just got like it last Christmas. It just randomly popped up, and it even said to him, and so he like waited a week for someone to pop up, and he's like, you know what? I'll just give it to yeah, I'll just give Jack because I already got one, and so like I can like play games with him because like him and him and my friends like were always like just like absolutely crapping on me because like, oh, you don't have a new gen console, like that's cringe. But like now I have one, and then my parents got a PS4. Like,
Yeah, they are honestly something special. Like
yeah,
I don't know, a lot of good memories can be had on them.
Yeah.
But honestly, we're 100% worth the investment to me. Like, if anyone's ever gonna get a console, I would suggest Xbox. I'm pretty biased because I haven't really played PS4, but I mean, I have a little bit, but I feel like Xbox is just cleaner. Like it's so much easier to manage, and it's just It's a lot simpler, I feel like.
100%. I mean, I got a little bias too because like I've been playing Xbox all my life, and when I try to
Right,
be on PS4, like, oh, I couldn't do anything.
right,
But
right,
like
right.
I like trained myself to play on the PS4 for like 5 months, and I went back to Xbox, and I automatically picked up Xbox just like that.
Yeah, and not only that, I just feel like it's like 100% easier console in general. Like the controller just feels like it fits better. It's just like a neutral grip, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I am pretty biased, but I've 100% would prefer Xbox. It's just so good, honestly. I don't know.
People keep making fun of the controller, how like it looks all wonky and one joystick's higher than the other, and like it's designed for comfort, right?
Yeah, they did that for a reason. Like that's how like the neutral grip stands. It's just how it is.
And if you need a better grip, just go get one. There's grips
Exactly.
out there.
Like if you really want to, you can get a scuff controller. You can get like whatever you want, whatever you prefer, really.
Right.
It's just that versatile. It's really nice. It's really unique, but yeah,
And to me, I always feel like back before, like I would like sometimes like I feel like I would hit the two joysticks together on the PS4 controller, like since they're right next to each other. Like I feel like I could
right,
smack them together.
Yeah.
right. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys aren't like we're not trying to like eat like so to speak like
Yeah, we're not.
demean a PS4 and by any means a PS5. Like it's still a console's a console. No matter doesn't whatever you play is your choice. We're just like simply saying like it's what we grew up on. It's just
I will
it's what we
diss the
prefer,
PS3
honestly.
controller though. I love the console. I just didn't like the controller. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's just like it's kind of weird, like how like PS4 controllers were just like their own unique one, and then like as soon as they go to the next gen PS5, it kind of looks like an Xbox controller. I wonder why that could be.
No
Wonder why.
cap.
It's
No
uncomfortable for
cap.
people.
Huh? Yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
Oh God.
Guess
But
that
didn't
answer would
PS5
resolve.
also like come out before Xbox? I don't know, but like, didn't that happen?
It was around the same
I'm not really sure. I haven't
Yeah,
really seen.
PlayStation did come out before Xbox.
But wasn't it like a week before? Like, I know things were still in development.
I think it was a couple months because it was the PlayStation Network and then the PlayStation One, and then the Xbox came out. So
Oh, I was meaning like the PS5 and like Xbox. Like, I'm pretty sure because like one day like last year came out around Christmas.
what?
Yeah, sorry, Jack. We're gonna have to have you repeat yourself. That's okay.
Okay. Last year didn't the Xbox and the PS5 didn't they both come out around Christmas last year?
Yes, and they like broke everything.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
When they came out, like websites were going down because so many people were buying them.
Right? Yeah, like they were just all sold out immediately.
Yeah, and people would buy multiple.
And I don't know. I guess it just really surprised me that so many people bought the One X.
Well, I didn't. I didn't at all. Like that's it's same with like the one pretty much every Xbox ever. Like most of them all sold out. It's just like supply and demand. Like every time anything new comes out, everyone always wants it, and it's just especially for a next gen console that's like so hyped and it's supposed to have really good specs and it's just it doesn't really surprise me. It just I don't know. I think it's really cool though.
It's just
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
question
definitely.
becomes, when are we gonna actually be able to buy them again? Like,
That's a really good question. I would hope soon, but at the same time, I'm fine with mine. I'm fine with my 1S, honestly. Like it's a really good console.
see, like I'm
You
fine
know?
with
I just
my one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I
it's a really good console. I don't really see any problem with it.
so, wait, did the new Xbox did it even come with like a disc holder?
yeah,
Okay,
They have one with and without.
because mine's without, and I that's like my own like the one thing because it's like my dad he gave me a game we had to return it because like this thing only takes, it doesn't take
Digital.
discs. So it was like that. It kind of sucked.
That S
You know,
game.
$75.
I could see how that would be kind of unfortunate. And just I like how they did it, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's very like one-sided. Like it's either that you only buy online, like you never get discs, or just like you're an only disc person, and then you would get the original one. But I like how that one is just a little bit cheaper in it because it makes sense. It's only disc, so it is a little less powerful and it's a little smaller. But I don't know. I guess it's very user just by choice, you know.
Yeah.
That will in fact happen.
Yeah, but like I said, I won't complain how I got mine because I didn't have to pay for mine. So,
Yeah, hey man, I want a free console. Why not?
right? But now I have the money to get the console. So,
Yeah.
Yo, Jack, you're
You think you'd
talking.
get one when it come out?
Jack makes
what's up?
bank. Like, from what I've
Really?
heard, you make a lot of money, Jack.
Where are you hearing this?
Like, obviously, it's not like, oh yeah, you make millions, yada yada yada.
I mean, my, I gotta say, I need to stop spending because like I got problems, but
Okay, who
ah,
doesn't have problems though? Like,
Yeah,
realistically.
it is like really hard, like when you first try to like coming up on a large sum of money and you just don't really know what to do with it, and just yeah, honestly, it's just like a first human instinct is either to save it or to spend it. It's just pretty much how it is, you know?
Yeah,
right?
you either are going to save it or you are going to spend it. There's no, we'll see.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Like you don't just spend. There are the rare occasions where you like, oh yeah, I'll spend like $100 or so and then keep the rest, but for the most part, it's pretty much one-sided.
Right.
But yeah, I would say like switching from like spending a lot to saving a lot would take a lot of time. It's just because I'm at fault for it too, honestly. Like I have so many things that I would like to have and just that are really nice. You know, I feel like that's just human nature, though.
Oh, I don't
Anything that
know.
accommodates you pretty much immediately want it.
Yeah,
Right.
because well, technically there's three options. Especially when we turn 18, it'll be saving, spending, and investing. It'll be one of those three.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, investing is not a bad idea, and especially like saving money for so you get like money back so that you can invest in more stuff. I think that's kind of how you should go.
oh
If
yeah,
right now, if you don't have the money, the smaller companies aren't bad, but you're just not going to make as much.
right.
Speculation always plays a role as well. You know, in history, you know, we've learned about speculation, how it could be bad, but you know, this is how Dogecoin got all the way up, and this is how, you know, GameStop stocks got all the way up as well.
Well, the reason why GameStop stocks came up was because a bunch of investors were actually getting a lot of money from GameStop just finishing. A lot of people were going to gain a lot of money from it. And a lot of people on Reddit figured that out. So they're like, hey, just invest all your money into GameStop right now. That's what everybody did. And it skyrocketed because of it. And a lot of big investors lost money because of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy how you can just do that to the stock market. Like how much power we actually have to just buy pretty much whatever we want and change the way it flows.
I think it's a good way for us, like Americans, not to be controlled by the system and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I I know, like the government does it could manipulate the stock market if it wanted to, but you know, the stock market is also kind of where, you know, a lot of people make their money. I know the statistic is like what 80 to 90% of people's uh like money or like the value is inheritance.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see what the stock market is and just like what stocks are at which. I really want to like try to understand it fully and before I even think about investing at all.
for sure, because if you go in there like with a blind eye, you're gonna get
Right.
burned.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or we can learn about a lot of it even before. Sorry. Or we'll even learn a lot about it before we're an adult. Sorry, my voice is dying. Because obviously we have like personal finance classes. You know, we have all these classes and stuff. So then we can invest ahead of time or learn about investing ahead of time, learn how the stock market works. So when we do become 18, we can make a lot of
True.
money off of it.
True. But at the same time, it is like only a high school junior class, you know? Like it's like I mean, after like being going through and investing like in our units, honestly, like when I started investing, absolutely not. Like there's just so much stuff that we can't go over like just in like a short amount of time as we had. Like yes, it's personal finance, but like pretty much honestly we pretty much just went over the basics. Like, you know, just like obviously sell high and then buy low, you know, but it's really like investing is very, very difficult in a sense where you obviously no one can really know where it's going to go high or low, where you just kind of have to see on the bias of the company and how well it's doing and just pray that it goes up. Honestly, it's about as much as you can do at that point.
And like our teacher said, like stock market always finds a way to go up. Like it shows the stock market always
Oh
finds
yeah.
a way. Cam, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. How do you feel about it?
Cam,
Yeah.
Okay, he's here.
you alive, my guy?
Yep.
What do you think about stocks and stuff like that?
Mm. I would love to invest. It's just like I would not even know where to start.
Yeah, it's you gotta know what companies, and it's just there's so much that just needs to be
You have to look
explored.
at like their profits recently. You have to look at their previous profits and see what they
Yeah,
sell and see how much
and
of a
just
consumer item it is.
Yeah,
it's just the most dangerous part about it is it like it could be going so high and then it's like boom, insta crash, and it's really hard to read it. It's very, very difficult to
Yeah.
know when it's going to go down or up unless you have an outside source, obviously, and it's just like or like in a sense more like oh Christmas is coming up, so everyone invests in Amazon because obviously a lot of people are going to be online shopping, and even then like it can always fall down, but
But then, like, you're not
that's
going to make a
that's
lot of
the hard
money
part.
because stocks are going to be really high because everyone's buying into
Exactly,
it. So
exactly.
the only way you're going to
Just
even
gonna buy
like
it before.
you would have made money off of that is like if you invest at least like probably like 6 or 7 months beforehand.
Mm. Yeah, and each stock is going to be very expensive. Like just one share could be up to like $1,000 to $5,000 depending on where it's going to be.
Jake, you
exactly. I definitely say a good start if you can afford it is crypto, because crypto, with how our economy is going right now, crypto is kind of the way to go. Because I know a lot of politicians are thinking about uh kind of like defacing the penny and just kind of like getting rid of it, throw it in a museum somewhere, and
Mm.
you know, yeah, kind of turning more towards like printing more bills and stuff, not really using change.
Yeah. Yeah, crypto is also like it's a good thing to invest in a sense, but it's also honestly just as dangerous as stocks it could be. Like obviously you buy crypto and then you can do multiple things with crypto. Like, you know, you can get Ethereum and then you can buy NFTs, and then those are also very expensive too. Are they going to be the future? 100%. Like NFTs are 100% going to be bought and sold, you know, in the or
Yeah,
whatever.
but that
What's the
they
digital
feel so
verse? And it's
stupid
just
to me. NFTs, like, it's literally just a picture that's on the internet.
but that's what
Yeah,
it
like
is now.
I
Like,
never
yeah,
got it. I saw it blow up on Twitter. I'm like, what is this? How is this becoming popular? But it is.
it's really
yeah. I don't know. Like it's just something as simple as that can. I don't know. It is crazy how our world's going to be start working like this, but
I mean,
you know,
the best
it's
way
just
to
bought and sold.
describe An NFT is like an online ticket. Like, we went to the Spider-Man movie, we bought these tickets for it. It's like an online ticket. That's all basically what it is. Because a lot of these NFTs are being sold, and what it does is it gives you access to specific parties. That's what a lot of NFTs, all the big ones, are being sold for.
Yeah, but not very many
Makes
people
sense.
have access to those NFTs, so there's really no point.
Because they don't have the money for it. That's the point. So these rich people can get in with other rich people and just, party together.
Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, like getting Ethereum is actually a lot simpler than people think. Like all you have to do is just get some Ethereum and then just buy NFTs, and
It's expensive,
they're
though.
not very much. I mean, they are a lot of money for like who we are now, but and like how much money we have. They're probably about like 200, probably about like 200 or so. I don't know. I haven't checked it in a while, but you can like with like 0.01 Ethereum, you could sell an EFT and make upwards like $500. But it is pretty
Damn.
confusing when you get into it a lot. It's a lot more complicated than people think.
Yeah. And it's a lot of luck. A lot of luck.
Something I don't have as of recently. I've def I've definitely told Jaden about my
Oh.
struggles with my luck.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
it's oh my goodness, crazy.
Do you want to talk
But
about it? I mean, you do know I'm posting this on the internet, right?
yeah, I know, no name dropping and stuff like that.
Okay. No bad details, nothing like that. Understand?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
I got that.
Okay.
Because really nothing happened. That's the sad part for me, at least.
How Jack almost. All right, so I'm gonna call this "How Jack Almost Lost His Virginity."
Wow, wow, that is that. Wow,
That's the
way to
most
go.
clickbait title I've ever heard.
Right?
It's just a
That-
video of it's just a photo of a girl. Just Jack almost lost his virginity.
Right. Honestly, Jaden's just trying to farm those views. He's gonna get like 10K views and like plus 500 subscribers.
Bro, I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
start making
yeah.
money.
Oh yeah.
But all right, so here's the story. So in October, this happened in October. We go down to where my dad, grandpa, and great grandpa played high school football, and go down. After when they usually party, so sick. Uh, hanging out with the players on the field, chanting everything, stuff like that. And this is against like a huge win against a school from a division up, and that's huge for this team because I know it's two schools combined, but or two towns combined, but they somehow have the talent to beat the bigger schools. So they we go to beat ups afterwards, and um the of captain of the team, a great guy, brings me over. He's like, "Hey, I got girls that I want you to like talk to and see." And this is at 9:30. Well, we left at 12, and I spent the whole time talking to them, like 2.5 hours. And I mean, great conversation, stuff like that. I guess like a flirty sentence here and there, but like nothing too flirty because I just want to get to know him. He's the first I've ever seen him. Well, it turns out kind of the quote unquote like leader is like is having a sleepover. So she invites me over. Well, I got to go to my dad about this. Staying the night. Usually, we stay the night at my great grandma's, or we go to my other grandma's, which is a town away. So I ask him. Dad says yes. Sweet. So go over to her place, find out no parents are going to be home. Well, lucky me, stars are aligning, stuff like that. So it gets brought up, and they're like, all right, so you're gonna pop the cherry because we're both virgins at this point. I'm like, I don't know, and the reason why I say I don't know is I couldn't get up. Like Tom Brady, it's like Tom Brady came in and it was he like deflated my balls. It was bad. So I'm like
It's like Tom
I
Brady came in.
You honestly hate to see it. Like, it's just,
it was unfortunate. So
you just hate to see it.
I'm like shoot, like maybe stuff like that. Like let me go into the bathroom real quick. Like stuff like that. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Mm.
Oh, her ex pulls up. And once I get out of the
Oh,
bathroom, I'm like automatically put back in there. Her ex,
automatically
not
alpha mode. I'm ready
her
to swing any moment.
her ex, we would get along with the dude. So he's like coming and he's like, like, can we talk about this? Like, why did you break up with me? Crap like that. Like, he just wants answers, and I totally get it. She's like, not right now. I'm having a sleepover. We'll see each other in the morning and stuff like that, or we can talk about it in the morning. He's like, cool, cool. He leaves. So, so I come out. I'm like brought back out, and she's like, do you even want to do it anymore? I'm like, not really. Like, I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
why I really don't want to do it, but like, I'm like, no, no, it's gonna be a little bit awkward now, especially when he like might pull up again. Like, I don't want to be like caught, having sex with this dude's
Right.
ex.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you right here. This is a great story. So I just have some questions here. I need to run by you
Oh,
real
he's
quick.
not done
So
yet. He's not done. He's still going.
no. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
I know. But I'm just trying to piece this together a little bit. So like, you
go ahead.
said Tom Brady came in the room, right? That analogy, beautiful, right? So you guys both were mutual about this. Like, you both knew what you wanted to do, and then you basically Tom Brady said no. Is that what I'm getting at right here?
Basically,
Like,
like
it just
I
wasn't your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the
like
balloons got
Bro,
popped. I don't
I
know what to
think I
say.
think it was God saying, "Hey, guess what? It's not time yet."
Yeah,
all
okay. So, and then yeah, you just come out, her ex is there, and it's just kind of like weird, and then I can see how that would ruin the mood.
Bro, do you know
What a
how
vibe
right,
many?
like
killer, honestly.
I come out of the bathroom. Her ex is like there at the front door, and her friends like just shove me back in, and it's like, oh shoot,
Uh,
shoot, shoot, shoot.
Jack's like,
you really
but
hate to see
you're like,
it.
shit. It's his boyfriend or it's her girlfriend. Oh, damn.
So,
Yeah.
so this
You
was like
really hate. So my question is, would you have went through it if the opportunity arose? Like, would you have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
Thomas's choo-choo train, or would it, you know what I'm saying? Or
I
like,
I I would, but
would you not pop the biscuit?
it's the question is
Broke the
if I
toast.
could get up, if I could get up to do it.
Oh,
I would definitely, but I got like
huh.
stage fright. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, that's very interesting from like a new, like, Mary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you
right,
know what I mean by that, like, you know
like
what I'm saying? Like,
I think it. Are you saying it like for having
oh,
never been in that situation? It's interesting hearing it this way. Is that what you're saying?
true. I mean, well, I can understand what he's coming from, like, because I could see how that would be a problem. But I mean, like, I would say if you're in a room, everything's right, and like, not trying to get like too into this or not, but like, everything's right. You're starting, you know what I'm saying? You're starting to do the business. I feel like gradually you would get more comfortable, but
right,
I could also 100% see how that would be an issue of just like not being confident enough, and just like you don't know her very well. You know what I'm saying? I can 100% see you.
right. The thing is, I was kind of like making jokes to myself. This was after the Urban Meyer story and John Gruden's story came out. I'm like, I'm there, I'm talking to this girl. Urban Meyer's like in the corner, he's taking notes. John Gruden's writing his little emails about.
Yeah, just trying to
And
like
then,
lighten the mood for yourself. I see.
and then Tom Brady busts through
Then Tom Brady
the.
just busts in and says, "What's up, Chief? She got done kissing my son. What are you doing here?" You know, like I don't know.
You
I
know,
can
he
see it.
gave me a good old smooch on the lips, and then just got out his little air pump, started deflating.
Oh, I thought that analogy couldn't get any better.
Right?
That was amazing.
It's like my balls were balloons, and he just came in with a needle, and just pop,
Yeah.
pop, and then like one to the good old rod.
Yeah, I can see that.
You
I
know.
can.
So then, so Levi, after this all happens, like I go, after this, a month after. Levi tells me that she's got a new guy. She's got a new boyfriend. I didn't get any of their snaps after, and he sends me the two friend Snapchats. So I'm like talking to them, stuff like that. Well, just yesterday, one of the friends unadded me, and literally 10 minutes beforehand we started this, I'm talking to Jaden, and I see that the other friend just gray arrowed me. It's like, what the hell?
Uh, yeah,
So
I'm not trying to step too far out of line here, but women are very confusing. You know, it just is.
Yeah, women
right,
are.
yeah. Jaden said it was because I didn't lay the hammer. Like
Yeah, Jack didn't lay the
it,
pipe and they got mad.
right. I should have brought down my agricultural, like my 4 year degree. Showed them that I had 4 years of agricultural services and that I'm ready to plow.
Bro,
Right.
Like
that's version
I
of
would
what
have
you could have said.
got down my bachelor's degree for plumbing and show them that I'm ready to lay pipe.
So I'm ready to butter that biscuit. You know, it's just
Right.
it is. I mean, it is a confusing time though. You know, like when
It's
you're
so
young, we're all young. It's just well, yeah, but I mean that's experience right there. You know what I'm saying? You got more experience than hey, freaking everyone here.
yeah, but you're doing better than everybody here already. Look at that.
I will say the most embarrassing video slash picture of me out there is after homecoming because we I don't want to name him. Everybody. I like you all know him, but like so I'm there with kids in our grade and then two kids lower, and literally the only like this is homecoming was before this, and the two kids that were in the grades younger had their they already lost it. Everybody that was older was over here just freaking, you know, still
Uh,
trying.
yeah, yeah. I always find it kind of strange how like I feel like the age gap for losing your V card is just getting smaller and smaller at this point. Like soon it's just gonna be like middle schoolers doing it in the bathroom, and I feel like it's just gonna be normal. Like
Yeah, you'll
I
watch
don't know.
kids like just going at it.
It's just kind of odd to me, you know. Like I mean, I feel like everyone would want to do it at some point, but I feel like there's 100% an age and like a time and everything. You know, not saying you can't do it in high school. I'm just saying I would say like at least senior, you know, or maybe even like end of junior year, you know, if you really wanted to. But I don't know. I feel like you should definitely wait till you're in the upperclassmen of high school at just like to the very least, you know.
Right, yeah. But yeah, but I cut myself off. But the most embarrassing picture and videos of me. So after the whole homecoming dance, we go to his place and we're just playing dodgeball. And soon enough, it turns into strip dodgeball. And
What?
then it,
Which
right?
why not? You're all horny little suckers. You
So,
know why
Bro,
not?
so
bro,
then,
we
so
pretty
then,
innocent out here, man. We all pretty innocent out here.
I mean, apparently, man. Holy,
it turns into a
What
I
1v1.
mean,
happens if you're going to
listen,
Jack's parties, bro?
1v1,
Yo,
both in
Jack, what are you
underwear.
doing?
Right?
Tell me later. Tell me later.
This is what it's all about,
This is life, man. I'm missing it. Holy,
Jack, you gotta
right?
invite me to some
Oh,
of these, man. Like, these something lit as hell.
yeah.
but
What am I missing out,
so
man?
so like some people like the person's house that we went to. so if you caught the ball, they were still up, and they had to remove a piece of clothing, and you got to add one if you lost any, or if they missed 5 times, they would have to remove a piece of clothing. Well, soon enough, 2 people chickened out because they were down to their underwear, and then they would have to strip to be naked, so they chickened out, and everybody else chickened out. So it's me and a sophomore, and literally, I'm up. This dude is down to his tidy whities and socks, and I got all my clothing on. And this dude makes an epic comeback. I'm literally down to my tidy whities, and I would get paid for like going around Jackson's yard fully nude, but like I'd be recorded. And I make an epic comeback. I stop trying to catch it, and I dodge it 10 times in a row. And the dude takes off his socks, and then when it comes time to like do the underwear, he chickened out. But like the most embarrassing photo is like me. I'm like freaking praising God that I survived. And Jack, yeah, and I'm like in my underwear doing this too. And then Jack, he's like ready to come be like I'm on my knees, like looking up and like with my hands up. And then Jack's like running over to me, so like it looks bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I couldn't wonder why that would ever look bad.
But I will say, uh, take the L. I really want to name drop here because it deserves kind of attention, but not that kind of embarrassment. But I will say I am 1-0 in strip dodgeball. So come at me.
You can name drop, bro. You fighting about this? You can name drop in this. This is different.
Yeah, fuck you, Jack Buntrock. I'm 1-0, baby.
No way.
I beat Jack.
Oh my
You know, I
god,
was I
dude.
was thinking like maybe the first name, but nah, man went full send.
No,
It's all or
went
nothing
full
right there.
send because
Yeah,
he
I
was
respect that.
talking so much crap, and
I respect that.
we just was roasting him the whole day. I mean, even you guys know Tanner.
Understandable. Understandable.
So Tanner, like yeah, Jack was like trying to roast the host, and he's like, you know what? I get so much ladies, and then and then Tanner says, Jack, I thought Five Guys was a restaurant, not a. Or, no, my bad. You
I've
know what?
heard
I'm
that
gonna
one
quit that.
before.
I'm gonna quit that story because I just messed it up. His girl, his date has a promiscuous behavior, and like so he dated a lot of guys, and
Oh, I see. Otherwise
yeah,
known as a hoe.
Oh, I know there's a hell.
but
It's
yeah,
okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
okay.
quit that story.
Yeah, okay, that's it for that. That's it for that. That's a good story, man. That's funny as hell.
But yeah,
Bro, we doing everything wrong.
clearly, yeah,
Well,
I'm telling you,
that's the whole
track,
point. That's the whole point of the podcast. You know, it's just whatever comes to mind. You know,
right? Yeah, truly.
truly, it doesn't count if it's just not natural. You know.
So, y'all talking to anybody or have interest? I don't know if we can name drop here, but yeah,
Um,
Not
I
really.
mean, to
I'm
be
not looking for
honest,
anyone.
I'm just too busy, man.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
me and
I'm
Jake,
just too busy.
me and Jake talked about this earlier when we were at the gym, and no, we were talking about it. Our schedules are just stuffed. We don't have anywhere to.
Uh,
We don't have any
I
time for
mean,
a girlfriend.
yeah, and I mean, like to be fair, like I don't have a job, so I mean,
Yeah, I don't have the money.
literally, I'm not literally like out of time and stuff, but it's just they're like low key distractions that, well, this might seem kind of selfish, that would take away from the gym. But to me, like the gym's my passion, you know. Like I've been getting into it a lot more, and I really want to like get into this passion, you know, and like make it like a big thing and really better myself that way. And I mean, if I feel like if I got like a person that I would show affection toward, it would take away from that. But
Unless Unless they went to
If
the gym with
yeah,
you.
and yeah, exactly. Unless they like the same things as me and they want to better themselves with me, I would harm myself 100%. Like that honestly, that's what I would want 100%. But I just don't see anyone fitting that right now. Yeah, but other than that, man, not really. I'm kind of living my life. I like it right now. New gym's opening soon. I'm hyped.
Let's go.
It's
Jack,
just
what are you doing tomorrow morning?
tomorrow morning. Well, it's Christmas Eve, so probably
Oh.
nothing. Sleeping in. I don't know.
I'll probably run over to the gym tomorrow morning.
Yeah, probably not in the morning. I will go later though.
Okay, well, I
When
work
my
2 to 10, so I have to go tomorrow morning.
rip.
Hey,
You should go on though. That sounds good.
time and a half, bro. It's time and a half.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I don't know. Everyone has their own schedules.
Are you talking to anyone, Jack? No, Jack's muted. Cam, are you talking to anyone?
No.
No.
See, it's just kind of like all the gym people, like ever since like Cam and me and Chase all got in the gym, we've all kind of like dropped like, well, not necessarily Chase. Chase is still trying a lot. I'm not gonna like name drop or anything, but
If I work
Chase,
hard
Chase
enough,
really
they'll
liked.
come to
Not
me.
to name drop, but like second cousin of
Yeah,
his.
no, not noticing that, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. I don't really need to ask anyone. I'm just kind of doing whatever, just vibing with everybody. Just go to the gym, whatever, and just constantly just get bigger, live my life, just, I feel like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know a lot. I'm kind of mumbling a lot, but I feel like needing a partner at this stage of my life right now, being 16, would be kind of nice, but at the same time, it would take a lot of work, and unless it's like a mutual bond where like we both want to go to the gym, we both like all the same things, which would be a miracle and a half because the gym you got to be dedicated, like otherwise, you know, it's just not in the books, But I'm not at the same time I'm not like expecting that from anybody, like it'll come in its own time, Um, it doesn't even need to necessarily be in high school, like I feel like we're all growing up, we're all mature, like just going at your own pace, I feel like is very important. I feel like everyone always rushes into relationships or just feels like they're gonna get made fun of if they don't have a girlfriend or just is I feel like the problem with most people is they always feel lonely without a girlfriend, because they just have never really been used to being alone, I guess, or they would like the presence of another person that enjoys the same things they would. Which I mean, I feel like everybody would, but I'm a little different, man. I like being alone. I like just doing my own thing, and I'm really like a big believer in like if you don't like the same things I like, and or you're not gonna be like as dedicated as I am to like my craft, it's just not gonna be it's not gonna be mutual. I'm really waiting for that.
No, I get it. No, I get it.
Yeah,
That's
but
facts right there, Drake. Sorry I
yeah,
was muted. I had to go to the bathroom.
No, that's all good.
it's all good.
But you asked if I was talking to anybody, and no, I'm not. I mean, I talk to people here and there, but it's not like anything serious. I mean, I was kind of talking to those two girls, but it wasn't really like anything flirtatious.
Right now, this might I'm not trying to sound toxic or anything or like salty or not salty. I'm not trying to like um be mean or anything, but were you being like a little flirty with them for the good or just like to actually have a relationship with somebody?
I actually have
Not
a
that,
relationship with
okay,
somebody
okay,
because
okay, okay.
I wasn't trying to mess with the quote unquote leader because like she had a boyfriend and I wasn't trying to like I didn't want to be known as
Right.
the guy who
Yeah,
just takes girlfriends. Yeah.
disrespect. Right. I agree,
Yeah,
100%.
because if you were in that boyfriend situation, what would you think?
Uh,
Right.
I, I would think, why is this girl dumping me for an out of state dude that comes down for like maybe 2 to 3 times to see a football game?
It could be like that heartbreak. Like, you know how sometimes after a heartbreak, like, you're just like, screw it, I want to lose my virginity. Like, you know how sometimes you go through that?
No, because
Oh,
mine was, I wouldn't call it more of a heartbreak, but kind of more of a mutual thing.
oh, okay.
But like mine was 2.5 years ago.
Well, that's what usually happens is when you get like a really bad heartbreak. That's what happens.
Yeah, I could I couldn't imagine me being like 2.5 years ago and being like, all right, now I'm on the prowl. Let's try to get something going here. Like I was just kind of done at that point.
I feel like a lot of people like nowadays in our generation are very confident of like in their sexual abilities, so to speak. Like I feel like they're all ready like at a moment's notice, and I wouldn't necessarily call it unhealthy, but I feel like that really shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
feel
no.
like I said before, there's like a time and a place, and just there's an age, and I just feel like that young or just like
I
even
feel like
people who are like that in depth with relationships, just I don't know, they're just not the right people to go to,
I think
so to
they're
speak.
just overconfident. I think that's a good word to use. I think they're overconfident
Mm.
in who they are.
Right, right.
Like you should be confident
I
in who you
agree. Of
are,
course.
but like they're
But
four.
like to the right, right, right. But to a certain point, I feel like there's confidence, and then like there's just like I don't know. You've had like lots of boyfriends, and like you just want to lose your B card. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know.
That kind of thinking isn't very
It
healthy though. Like trying to whatever.
right,
I
right.
mean, I think like there's a certain middle ground around it. Like, yeah, it's okay if you sleep around a little bit. Sometimes you just want to sleep around a little bit, don't want a serious relationship. That's fine. But like, as long as you're like kind of open to a relationship every once in a while, and you try it and try to make it work out, then it's fine. But like, if you're just going around and complaining about stuff, it becomes a problem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
But I get what you mean, Jake. But like when you said earlier, when like the person that you kind of like want to be with or kind of have like feelings for like isn't on the same mindset or like same grind as you, like it's just not fun trying to like match like energy.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, just I don't know. I feel like trying to find a partner, just like someone that would fit good with you, is very hard, especially nowadays because it seems like everyone just has their own thing or already even has a boyfriend or a girlfriend that just they already like. And I feel like it's very difficult to just kind of find the person you like, especially because you kind of just have to go from one person to the next. As bad as that sounds, you just kind of gotta like, okay, so what do you like? Okay, no, not you. You know, what do you like? Okay, not you. You know,
Right.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
a pick and choose thing, which seems kind of harsh and just not very nice. But it's just honestly how our society is nowadays, which is kind of sad. But it's just the way it is. You know, I wish it wasn't. I wish like someone would just like say, "Oh yeah, oh, I'm into fitness," and like DM me or like if it was that easy for any of us. Like I'm sure, but
Right.
I
you know,
wish today's social media apps weren't like, oh, he's hot. It would be more of, oh, he likes doing this, this, and this. I like doing this, this, and this too. Let's see how it goes.
yeah, and I
Exactly.
mean, yeah. I agree, and like obviously, it's not we're not talking about all girls and all women are like all stereotypes here, but
Oh yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
that is I don't know. I don't want to say majority, but there are lots of women that do that. Just like, oh yeah, he's hot. Oh, he's hot. Like just like a random dude in a parking lot and be like, oh, he's cute, and just gonna talk to him. I feel like it should not be all about looks at all. But I understand. Like it is about looks, and it's not because I understand like a girl who's like an eight, so to speak, and like wouldn't want to be like with a dude who's like a one, and it's just I don't know. I feel like our whole even rating system like that is kind of derogatory and just isn't really how we should be living in society. But I don't know. It is a very confusing topic to talk about, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean by like
Oh yeah,
just looks and everything. Like, okay, I can understand.
You're right.
you're right, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just really not trying to offend anybody about it. Like just saying like, oh, girls only want looks and not about personalities, because there are 100% so many examples out there about like girls dating guys that are like way out of their league just because of their personalities and like everything like that.
And
For
it's the
like, I
same thing.
mean,
And it's the same way around with guys too. It's not just girls who do it; guys do it too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, and it's just, I feel like it's just like a thing we adopt over time. Like we don't necessarily want it that way, but it's just something that we have to deal with and we have to live with because we can't just like change how other people think. You know, it's just everyone has their own thoughts, everyone has their own opinions, and it's just we just kind of have to be respectful about that. You know.
Exactly.
Definitely. I will say though, like never never shame anybody for like how they are as well. So like
Right.
I liked a girl. Like or not necessarily like I just thought someone was cute. I wouldn't exactly date them, but I just thought she was cute.
Right.
And like so like I asked someone about her and it turns out like she has a promiscuous behavior. And it's like I like there's no way like I could go out and be like, oh yeah, this girl, don't talk to her because of this and that. Because like honestly, if I could pull girls like she pulls guys, who's to say that it wouldn't be the same?
Mm,
Yeah, that's true.
I understand.
You can't.
And go ahead.
No, sorry. You go. You're on a good roll. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say like it's also kind of the thing like don't be upset over a girl. Like honestly, when this person told me this, they're like are you saddened by this or anything? It's like hell no. Like because like I've been the happiest I've been, and this is no offense to my ex, but like I've been the happiest ever since that ended. And it's not because it ended, but like I just found myself. I kind of like you know I was able to kind of do me and stuff like that. And then,
100%.
right, yep. And the thing is, it also my dad and grandpa like after that, like they helped me kind of become a little more, masculine in a sense because like and kind of like how a man would treat this is that you don't cry over this. You don't you don't like, shed tears just because a girl didn't have the same feelings as you. Like it's not worth it.
Mm,
You shouldn't have sleepless nights over that. You shouldn't have any
agreed.
headaches or stuff like that because honestly it's not worth it. Like why go out and
100%.
cry for over someone when they don't have the same feelings for you?
Yeah, 100%. That or they want to even treat you the same. Like 100% agree. 100%.
I know like so I've talked to people about like how like I've been treated like I've been kind of like quote unquote trained, but like honestly I don't see anything wrong with being like trained to be a little more masculine because honestly it I, I don't see any problem with it. Honestly, if me ending up being more of a man
It makes things a
includes
lot
me
less
not
painful.
crying anymore, sure. Like I honestly don't get people when they post on their stories like, oh, I cry myself to sleep or like one of those, nights where I can't stop crying because like I don't understand.
Mm,
K-
that's it. Yeah.
I
I can
mean,
see where you're coming from. Because
I
you've
know,
just been like trained a different way, or you just been kind of like raised in a
right.
different way, in a sense where you can't really see where they're coming from, and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to you. I don't understand. Because I mean,
Mhm,
in reality, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like I agree with what you're saying. It really shouldn't be as bad as people make it out to be. You know, I feel like it should be just like, oh yeah, she doesn't like you. You know, get over it. You know, like not just saying like that's like a to be a man or anything like how society would want you to be or like act better. But I just feel like personally that it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. You know.
mhm. Yeah, definitely. Uh, Honestly, the last time I cried, I mean, it was June 3rd because like it was like my grandpa, like the grandpa that passed away. It was his birthday, or would be, and then like Chris was leaving. I just couldn't get over the fact that that was Chris's like final race. But like other than that, the last
I
time I
don't
cried
know. I
before
feel
that
like
was 2019.
yeah. I just feel like that's a little bit weird, but I guess everyone has different feelings. Everyone has different like everyone's been different raised a different way. Very importantly, like I don't know. Everyone's a lot more sensitive about things, I guess. But I agree with what you said. I agree. I don't feel
Yeah,
like society should push like anything really. Like if you're a man, you're a man. You know, like if you're a man and you want to cry in a movie theater to like a My Little Pony, you know, you can. That you shouldn't be less of a man than a dude who doesn't cry like when they get shot or something. You know what I'm saying? It should just be like everyone should just accept a man for like who he is. You know, not like
They,
what
sh-
or how sensitive he is or like what he believes in. You know.
they shouldn't judge
definitely.
him for what he does.
Exactly.
Definitely. I know that I if I'm having a bad day, like I was also kind of trained I won't tell people about it and that's just kind of me I really don't have bad days, and when I do, I just find the light. Honestly, when I had depression slash anxiety over 3 years ago, how I overcame it, and it sounds funny, but it works, is I just became happy. That's all I did. I became happy.
I
That's
did
fair.
when I got like rejected from the girl I liked, which I kind of just like started to ignore it and all the drama that was going on. Like when I talked about it, I just started doing my own thing and started ignoring people. And when they came up to me and tried to give me crap, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go do my own thing now. Yeah, it really coped with it, and then it made me a better person. And now I go hit the gym all the time, and I feel happy there, knowing that I'm self-improving myself, and I'm getting stronger and doing my own thing. And I don't care what others think anymore.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Agree with these statements.
Honestly, what's up?
Oh, sorry, I was just saying I agree with this statement.
Yeah, I, honestly, I just don't see the point in crying over something so minor that honestly, even if I did date the girl, how far are we gonna go? That's the thing too.
Very true.
If you're automatically put into an unhealthy relationship, you don't want to end it. I get the people that don't want to end it right then and there, because then it's like, well, I worked so hard to get this person, and now it's not what I thought it would be. But honestly, if you're put into an unhealthy relationship, or it just won't work out, don't try to stick it out. And if you do, try to find healthy ways to stick it out, not don't force it,
Mm.
because it makes
Yeah,
it unhealthy for you and the person that you're trying to stick it out with.
right.
The amount of fact that is being spoken tonight is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just straight up truth. I don't know. Somebody could need to hear this.
I if people really, honestly, if people, I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but if people really need to hear this stuff, I mean, we got counselors, but I know this video has stretched out for over an hour now, so I don't know how many people will go this long. But honestly, if you put in the description, some people read the description of oh, here's the good parts, or here's some of
It's
the
like the
interesting
content.
parts, put it in, or here's some of the motivational parts. But yeah, honestly, I see myself as more genuine, happy guy. I see myself as more of a man. And I kind of want to see myself as more of a man. Uh, it's not that I don't want to be seen as not a man, but I I don't have anything against being with that people that like being more feminine. It's just that's not the way I live life. I'm not gonna try to be more feminine to please anybody. I'm gonna try to be myself. Be the man that I can try to be, and be helpful to other people.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I feel like people who truly agree with you, and I feel like people should not treat you any differently or judge you any differently because of that. I feel like that's you being you, and I feel like people should accept that. Yeah,
Right.
should everyone.
because if people can get all this love for you know either being a furry or being transgender or calling themselves a man, if even if they're not a man, if they get all that love, why can't someone that has quote unquote like normal feelings, why can't they get that same amount of love too? Like
Yeah.
it, feelings are something special, but I get praising different feelings, but honestly, all feelings should be kind of like have the same amount of treatment because feelings are feelings. They could be hurt easily, or
Complicated.
they could be built back up easily.
They're ridiculously
True, very true.
complicated.
It is.
Like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, you feel this exact feeling. Well, no, I feel multiple at the same time. Like, it's
Mhm. Definitely. I mean, I give a speech about like how to be happy and stuff like that. And I'm like, and literally, my dad would call me, and in he kind of got this like him and I watched like Steve Harvey motivational clips because surprisingly, Steve Harvey's like between commercial breaks or like at the end of the shows, he'll say something like a really heart touching speech, and one of them was he was talking to a guy. And whenever he'd call him at like 6:30, he's like, "Oh, Steve, how are you?" And Steve would be like, "Ah, I'm good, man. Tired, this and that." And the man said, "You'll never get anywhere if you're gonna wake up and not try to be productive, or you're gonna wake up and you're in a sour mood, like on purpose and stuff like that. If you wake up and energetic and you do something and I mean, you even some of the stuff in my recommendations is how to be more productive, and step one is to make your bed and stuff, just stuff like that, more productive and stuff like that. So like my dad's like, all right, so no joke, at 5 o'clock I have my ringer on. I wake up and he's like, Jack, how are you doing? And I'm like got that little boost of energy, and I said, oh, good, this and that. And he's like, good to hear it. Have an awesome day. And, I went out there, worked out, had an amazing day at school. And it's just been like that ever since. Like, you just got to get in the right mindset, really. This is literally kind of the quote unquote keys to happiness, if you want to even say that.
I mean, I completely agree with you. You know that?
Mm, I do as well.
See, you're speaking just straight facts. That's how it is. Like, I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling right now, but like, I agree with what you say.
I do 100%.
Like, bro, I'm about to go run a marathon, Jack. Like, you are an inspiration to society, Jack.
That's what I try to be. I try to help people out. Like, yeah, that's just who I am. I, whoever, whether it's someone that's just like me that's struggling, or it's someone that just really doesn't want the help, I can try to help. But like, honestly, those that don't want to be helped, you can't really help. But yet, I kind of find because happiness is amazing, as you guys know, and being
Oh yeah.
sad just causes headaches and stuff like that. Like I'm experiencing kind of like stuffy nose and headaches, and getting headaches from like stuffy nose, it just stings. It's not even a pain. It stings and it's kind of there, and that sucks. And whenever I'm like sad, like or after like done crying at the funeral, I got that feeling. It's like I hate this feeling. Like how do people sit there like 24 hours a day, every day, have this feeling? Like I just don't get it, to be honest. So if I can try to help people be more happy and not have that little stupid feeling, then I'll do it.
So, what do you plan on being when you're older, then, Jack?
So I've talked about it with my dad, and he said, I'm trying to be a biologist, like either marine or wildlife. But my dad said being a historian, history teacher wouldn't be bad because I know a fair amount. But also a motivational speaker, um, which I would love. I would love to talk in front of crowds and being able to being paid for loving what I do. Like I would love to go in front of crowds and just talk about how I'm feeling and get paid for it. It'd be amazing.
See, that's what we. Sorry, it's completely weird, kind of random, but like that's how I want more people to view the jobs they want to do. I want it to be something that they love to do, and that's all that they want to do all day, every day, and get paid for it. Like that's how it should be.
Mhm,
So
definitely.
Because if you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then you just don't end up enjoying life. But then you look back and you're like, could I have done this instead?
100%. That's how my mom kind of is right now. Like working at Mayo Clinic, being a doctor, it's not easy when you have different views than anybody else. And it's not easy when everybody else like just starts drama. It, you know, it's an unhealthy environment. Being a nurse at Mayo Clinic,
God, yeah.
and the people that their views, like they want equality and they hate racism. But my mom says, like when she hears them talk, it is no holds barred. It's literally John Gruden's emails, but two people talking about it at Mayo Clinic. It's critical, and you know how in English, like we talked about how Ben Franklin, he found he wanted to improve on, and he'll work at it week after week. That's kind of what I've been doing. Stop being a hypocrite. It's trying to like stop this and that. And being a hypocrite is the hardest thing. It's almost human nature, if not is human nature.
No, Jack,
yeah,
it's been way over an hour.
Yeah, it's been over an hour.
What's the last thing you want to tell people?
Um, I really just want to tell people that honestly, if you need help, there's help out there. If you need someone to talk to, you got me. Jaden's a good person to talk to. Jake, I mean, like to be honest, like Jake Halverty and I, we haven't talked much before this. I mean, sure, we will have like conversations here and there, like say hi to each other, but like after hearing Jake talk, it's like we are closer than what I thought we were. And so like Jake would be another person to talk to, and Cameron as well. Like there's people out there, there's people to talk to. Just don't be scared. Honestly, fear, you know, it's not healthy to be fearful and stuff like that. And there's no reason to be scared, really. And if there is problems that you're having, come talk to me. Come talk to any of these three guys because we can help out. Go talk to Mr. Meyer. Mr. Meyer is a great listener.